text message. We are live on Paranormal World.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chrissy, the Listen Queen. This is Jackie, and this is Steven, our guest, and also the boss man, apparently.
Yes.
So, today, I guess we were really just going to kind of talk about the paranormal field, some things, and interesting evidence that Steven has captured in his career of paranormal investigations. So I guess take it away,
How do you know
Mr.
I've ever
Woodard.
caught any evidence?
Because you've sent it in chat. Don't test me. Now listen, this is a family friendly
You
show.
know I'm gonna
So
test you right off. I'm gonna I'm gonna test you right off the bat. You
I
know
need
that.
you to behave. I need you to behave though. Oh, who's Facebook user? Is that Courtney?
I have no idea.
Probably, yeah.
Whoever it is knows that I say listen all the time.
Now listen. Listen. Now listen.
Okay, so let's start out with this. So, for anybody who doesn't know you, how long have you been a paranormal investigator? Hi, Nikki.
Let me see. All right. So I mean, I've had paranormal experiences when I was young, like a young child. I didn't become an investigator or let's say get into the field per se until I was about 17 years old. Had a crazy experience as a teenager and started and right out of high school started my own paranormal team.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
then from there I joined, yeah, and I'm 46, about to be 47. Golly. So I've been in the field for a little bit,
Yeah, a
but
lot bit.
yeah, I've been through all the ups. Yeah, been through all the ups and downs, the trials, the tribulations, the the clicks, the man, you name it. I guess I've kind of went through it, and not that I've asked for it. It just kind of fell in there. Um, but I guess you want like the meat of the thing, huh?
Well, I guess since you kind of opened the door, so what was the experience that kind of launched you into this? Because you said that 17 years old, something happened,
Okay.
and
Look who got dressed. Yes. Okay, so I grew up. So I grew up in the state of Mississippi. Um, Plenty of Civil War stuff and stuff like that happened there. So being a teenager out in high school, I did teenager stuff, and I do stuff that probably you do right now today. Listen to the way you speak. Um, where me and my girlfriend would go out on drives and find places that nobody are at. And we happened to be like 30 miles from the town that we were in, and out in the middle of BFE that we called it back then, and it was a Confederate cemetery. So
okay.
I had a little sports car back then. Um, yeah, a little teenager driving a sports car. I think it was like a Toyota Celica, and then I had a Ford Mustang after that. But yeah, we had the turbos and all that. You know, pretty hopped up car at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
then a lowrider truck too. But we pulled into the cemetery, and it has like the cemetery has it's like you pull in one side, and it's like a circle drive, and then you got all
Okay.
the tombstones that go out, and on the edge of the cemetery is a wood line. So we pulled up, and this is the first time I've ever been to this. I've always heard about it, never really been there. I think I went to this cemetery once or twice when I was a kid. Didn't really remember anything about it. But as a teenager, me and my girlfriend drove up into the cemetery, and we really didn't pay no mind because when we did the circular drive, we basically looked to see if anybody was there, because we were going to do teenage stuff. Um, there was a huge building in the background, so I was paying extra attention to that building because I wanted to see if there was anybody in there. And it was an
Okay.
old barn, like it was like a 3-story barn. Like it was kind of built in um, military fashion, I guess, like you would see like a military barracks kind of, but it was a barn instead. So we hung out there that night and avoided the building because we turned to stay away from the building. Um, and then of course we went home.
Yeah.
A few days later, I just curiosity because I'd never been to that cemetery before, and I'm like, curiosity, Confederate soldiers, and they had a lot of more Union soldiers that were in that cemetery than Confederate. So the town that we lived in at that time, General Sherman come through that town and burn it completely to the ground. And
Oh,
that was his march from Vicksburg, Mississippi, all the way over to Atlanta, Georgia, and he burnt everything. So that was one of the battleground field medic areas. So 2 days later, I go back. Guess what? When I go back, there's no building there. It is just a tree line.
okay.
And so I'm like, what the hell? So I'm a teenager. I'm like, there's no way that me and my girlfriend both saw this. Come back a
Hmm.
couple days later, and it was me and a couple buddies, and that building's not there because I was like, we were gonna go through that building. We were gonna go explore, or whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
No, there was no building there. We went over there where the building was. You could see brick foundations with pine trees that are probably 100 years old growing through it. So
So it had been a foundation of
from
quite a
that
long
point on, yeah, it was. Well, I'm supposed to get to that story. So me being a smartass I am, I'll go straight to the library, and I'll start looking up this cemetery, history of it, and all that. So yes, during the Civil War, when they Sherman marched through there, that was a field medic station, and that's what that cemetery was. And they call it the oh, what do they call it? It was the cemetery of the unknown soldiers for the Confederates or whatever. But like I said, there was more Union soldiers buried in there. It actually had Union soldiers' names and where they were from. Um, but those were identified. But it's the unknown soldier and all that. Most of the Confederates were unknown.
right.
So I went and did research. I went to the local library, did research because at back then, back in those days, yeah, 47 now, 17 back then. That was quite a few. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all the fancy stuff we have today. It was go to your local library and research newspaper articles,
Right.
stuff like that. So I found out that building. I saw a picture of that building in a newspaper article that was dated back in 1920. They were tearing that building down in 1920. It used to be
Wow.
the old field hospital for that battle that occurred there,
Yeah.
and there was every soldier that was buried in that cemetery died in that hospital building. And
Wow.
that was my first weird experience. I'm not even gonna say paranormal, just weird.
Well, I mean, that would be paranormal for sure. I mean, because you were
It's
seeing a
what it's.
building that was what, 80 years old? Well, maybe not 80, but what, 60 years old
Well, yeah. Let's
at
see,
the
what
time?
year would that be? In like 1990, I think. I think 1990, 17 or something. I think I was. I don't know if I was that old back then, but yeah, 1990ish, and the building was tore down in 1920. So yeah, that's a good stretch of time. Oh, there's my baby.
Your baby,
Tell my
that's
baby,
my
give me a hug. I'm in
baby.
my underwear too.
No, no, don't you be calling him your baby, Stephen.
Hey, Jackie.
Oh,
Hey, he said, "Hey, Jackie."
Aw.
So,
Hey.
hey, Jason, real quick, come back, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something for you.
sit
You want
down
it?
so we can see you.
Yeah, I got something for you.
What's going on? I hope you got lipstick on.
He likes to sparkle.
So, but other than that, I'm pretty much boring. I'm boring. It's just so as a teenager, of course, I went on, got out of high school, all that good mess. I joined the military, joined the United States Army, and I traveled all over. And everywhere I went, of course, because my curiosity and my passion kind of started being in. Don't need no more makeup. Um, thank you, Irene. Our, but my curiosity, I would always join a paranormal team, no matter what station I was based or what military base I was based at, or anything like that, or stationed at. So it would, I would always join a paranormal team, and finally, what propelled me to the limit I'm at now. So back in like 2008, I guess I joined a paranormal team that was a TAPS family member in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, which that kind of propelled me to the professional side of this. And we investigated places like Sloss Furnace in Birmingham, Alabama, Stuckey's Bridge in Quitman, Mississippi. We did a few haunted burial Indian mounds in the state of Mississippi and some in Alabama. Went down to the coast and did a couple places down there in Mobile, a couple haunted venues down there. But that kind of started my professional career. Everything before that was pretty much amateur because back then, that's pretty much what it was. It was no, I mean, this was right when taps started getting, I mean, when they first started getting on the air.
Right.
What's my shoe size? Jackie, I wear 13s. I mean,
oh goodness gracious!
what is that supposed to mean? Anyway,
I can't. I just can't.
Yeah,
I just can't.
that's what she's getting at.
So,
that.
Listen, so did you
Okay.
ever go back to that location then to investigate the cemetery? I know you were a teenager, but so did you go back to investigate that cemetery itself?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there several times. That was kind of one of my go-to spots. When I mean, when I was a teenager, I didn't just go there one time. I'm one of those that I go there until I get the answers I need.
Okay, so that's
don't
what I'm
quit
thinking.
until I get
so
everything.
What did you get?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just basically what I told you. That building was tore down like 1920. So
Well,
we
yeah,
did
but
actually
you got that from
see,
the library.
or
I want to know what you got when you were there. There's- you gave me history that anybody can get. I want to know what you got, what evidence you got while you were there, because I know you did.
okay. So back in the day, what we had. No, seriously, back in the day, what we had was Walmart RCA recorders.
Okay.
Is basically what we had back then. We
Okay.
had what you would go to Walmart and get the disposable cameras, stuff like
Okay.
that.
Sure.
What we and I think the first thing a buddy of mine actually got one of the big huge camcorders put on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Now, if you want me to pull stuff off that, I can't pull stuff off.
No,
I
no,
can't.
no, no. I'm not asking you to
I
tell
don't
me
even have any.
evidence. So
Yeah.
what evidence did you get? Did you get EVPs? Did you
Uh,
see shadow play? Did you? I mean,
we
what?
did. We did. We got EVPs. Yes, lots of EVPs when we went back and did different sessions. But back then, like I said, it was primitive. It wasn't exactly science like it is now. We would
Sure.
ask questions of a recorder, and of course, we were watching taps at the time because that was the only thing that first aired. Because paranormal wasn't even really a thing back then. It really wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't I want to be a paranormal investigator. This is what I'm going to do. This is just something we walked into and experiences. I mean, I've had other experiences as well that's personal. I don't have a camera. I didn't take pictures of it. I don't have no proof. So that's the thing that irked the shit out of me the most, I guess, is I didn't have the proof. So I had to start finding ways to get the proof. And it's like I told you, RCA quarters, cheap equipment throughout the years.
Okay, but here's
But you
my
look
thing.
like I'm not telling you what you want to hear.
Well, you're not, but that's okay. So listen, as a paranormal
Okay.
investigator, are you one of those people that have to have something solid to show proof? Because I know you know that it exists without any video, any pictures, any audio. I know you know that it's there. Okay. So, but what I'm
Okay.
saying to you is
So
this. So
do
if
I
I
have
come
to have
to
that?
you,
No, I don't have to.
okay,
No, I don't. My personal experience is enough. My personal experience was enough to change me as a person,
sure,
change my passion. My
okay,
personal experience did it all. I didn't need a picture, and like I said back then, people didn't ask for pictures anyway. And any pictures that
exactly,
we did get was for us. It was for us. We
sure.
didn't put it on social media because the best thing we had back then was MySpace. So, and yeah, wasn't no paranormal stuff on there. But yeah, I mean, it was just for us.
Yeah.
You think
I
that's
think,
funny?
well, no,
But it's
here's
true.
the thing. So I think that too many people focus on hardcore evidence to present an argument, if you will. So if, for instance, we all are at Waverly Hills and we get evidence and we put it out there, and you're going to have those naysayers. I, are you stopping me mid sentence? I know you're the boss, but listen,
Yes,
I'm
I,
the host
I
today,
yes, I
sir.
no 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 no. It's one word you said. One word you said that got me, and I want to know an answer to this before we go any further with this question. Why does it have to be
Okay,
an
what?
argument?
Okay, not necessarily
Why?
an ar well, for some people it is an argument. And I'm not talking about a debate or a discussion.
Some
That's not what
people,
I'm saying. I'm
some people, it's a
saying,
fist fight. I've seen it. It's a fist fight.
well, I'm not fixing to fist fight with
But
anybody
why?
over evidence or not
I'm
evidence.
just saying. But why? I mean, why?
Well, that's what I'm saying to you. Is it do you need that solid evidence for your own personal, I don't want to say satisfaction because you know it's already
Okay.
there. But do you
All
get what
right.
I'm saying?
All right. So, all right. So, but I mean, but you asked me through my progression through the years of what got me into this and where it got started. So
Yeah.
I'm on a totally different level now than I was then. Way totally different level.
Well,
So
sure. And
to
you
answer
have
your
more equipment
question,
and you have more money and you have, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's not like you were 17
yes.
years old.
So it's right. So yeah, miles away
Sure.
from that point. And yeah, it was child play back then. It really was. It was just a
Sure.
hobby. It still is a hobby. But so now the hardcore evidence, do I need it? I don't need it for my personal self, but we're in the field today where we're trying to bring up new equipment. We're trying to bring up new pieces of equipment that can detect and communicate. And to do that, we have to kind of have a hard evidence is it working? Because why am I going to keep messing with this tool if it doesn't work at all? So I'm going to progress to a. I'm going to try to find something that does work. I'm
But
going to.
that's the scientific side of it, which I agree with. I agree with.
Yes.
But I'm saying on a personal level, and I'm
I'm
not
scientific.
saying, I listen. I need you to listen and quit interrupting. I get the scientific side. I get
Listen.
the reason why. Listen, Mr. Boss Man, I can't. Jackie, he won't let me interview him.
Interview. Let her interview you.
Interrupting me.
I know.
Okay. Okay. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll
So
stop. Go ahead.
listen. So I get the scientific side, and I totally agree with that. And I get that, as things progress and we as investigators and scientists come together in this field to try to get things for more quantitative evidence, if you will. My whole thing is this. Is
Yes.
it merely for the scientific side of it that you're saying that you need or want or have evidence, or are you saying it's just for personal reasons? Because there's a difference to me, but is there a difference to you?
Oh, you're exactly right. There is a difference, but that difference that you're talking about is where you operate in this field. It's
Well,
where
but you
you
can
are
operate
at
in
in
a
this
couple.
field.
I mean, you
I'm
can be in different sectors of being an investigator, right? I mean, when I
I
go
guess you
out,
could, but I mean, it's what I'm talking about.
go ahead, I'm listening. I'm laughing at Chad writing
But what I'm talking
quantitative.
about, what but what I'm talking about is, golly. All right. So what I'm talking about is where you are in the field now, as far as, uh, oh God, y'all got me lost. You got me lost for words. You got me lost for words. No,
Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. I rendered
no,
him speechless.
it's all right. So it's where you are in the field today. It's where you are in the field now. That's where what you were talking about matters to me,
Okay.
of how you would take it, personal and or scientific. Me now, I'm a scientific person. I've been scientific for about the last 7, 8 years. So everything
Okay.
to me now is scientific. Not that I don't. No, I still go back to my grassroots. But you got to think, when you're in scientific, everything's serious. It's serious, 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 serious.
Sure.
But it got to the point where everything's so damn serious that I almost lost myself in this field.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to the roots. I had to start over again. I had to go back. I had to start having fun again to continue doing what I'm doing now, and not being like somebody else and said I'm quitting, which I have. I've done it. I've said I'm going to quit this field every 5 minutes for about the last 2 years because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that.
Yeah.
I
I
have,
get it.
but so I had to quit. I had to have fun to enjoy my passion, but yet still be serious on the scientific part of it.
Okay. So, Mr. Scientific side of it, then what is your favorite equipment to use now? Other than
I didn't hear
yourself.
you. I didn't hear you.
I said, what is your
Okay.
favorite equipment to use now?
Oh my God! Because
I'm gonna
I
start
don't really
humming
like
the
using a lot of
Jeopardy
equipment
theme
anymore.
song. What? What'd you say?
Damn, 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 damn. No, I really don't
Guitar.
like. I really don't like using a lot of equipment anymore. I don't. I mean,
You
I would
just
have to
said
say if
you're
I go to anything, it'd be
scientific.
ITC.
You gotta have something if
No,
it's scientific. That's like saying that a doctor has no tools. Listen, get your whole self together.
you can give you can give herbs and stuff without having to have a knife. Just depends on what type of
Operate
doctor
on
you are.
somebody without something to cut, whether it's a laser,
Who
a knife,
who who
something.
you? But you said doctor. You said doctor. You never said I was a surgeon.
I'm gonna stab you. Steven, listen. What is okay? So, what's your favorite experiment to use then while on investigation? What's your
Honestly, all
favorite
right. So
scientific
one of my
experiment?
favorites. Honestly, one of my favorite is probably like on the scientific side is the Estes method, and I do it a dual Estes method with two different people to see what reaction that two people are going to get at the same time. Um, that's a pro. I've maybe done it up to three people being connected to three different, but connected to one device with splitters with three different headphones, all pointed in different directions to see what each one if they're going to up with the same thing. And I've even had it like at Waverly Hills where we did it on a live there. We did it at the temple. I've even had it to where I would have Crystal and somebody else do it. They would be in chairs facing opposite directions. One spirit box, and they're connected to the same spirit box. And I would ask a question. One would start to answer, they would stop, and the other one would finish it. Or they would answer the same thing, same time. But they would never. It was funny because it was never one of them would say something and the other one wouldn't. They would always, when something came through, they would both say something. But it always was that one would either begin it and finish it, or they would say it at the same time. And then you want to get into scientific stuff, so I'm talking about money. My favorite stuff is like photon cameras and stuff like that, and actual long exposure, camera long exposure, and stuff like that. And we're talking about sitting on this for like 2 or 3 days, getting evidence from one camera from one spot, just to see if anything matches and recreate it.
Right. Okay. I mean, I can respect that. We've done the Estes method in my paranormal group, usually with two of us. So then do you always use somebody who's a sensitive, or do you just pick anybody out of the crowd? I mean, how does that work for you?
Well, that depends on if I'm like doing an event or something showing people the paranormal, or if I'm actually doing a film documentary or something like that where I'm documenting this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but there's two different things. Because on that, yeah, I'm straight up scientific on stuff on what we do and the procedures we use. But I have in the later years started doing a lot of more metaphysical stuff. Between me
Okay.
and my wife, doing a little bit more metaphysical, and Denise Pack, Ernie Pack, Leanne, and Todd Eskew
Hmm.
introduced me to a something new at the temple in Salina, Kansas, and I recreated that same experiment on this last event that I just have from people that didn't know nothing about paranormal, and showed them that they could use their own bodies as an experiment. As long as you got a camera documenting it, it's still considered scientific
Sure.
because you're still documenting it. Um, so it's called the human pendulum, and I did that on the live stream for Mineral Wells. And I mean, we picked. Yeah, I did. I asked for volunteers. Who wants to volunteer for this? I didn't pick somebody because of their skills, empath, or anything. Just people out of the crowd. And like I said, this is an event. So yeah, I just picked anybody. I didn't want anybody that, I especially didn't want anybody that knew what this experiment was.
Hmm.
And I wanted to show that we could get answers off this experiment from people who know nothing about this field. And then, secondly, those people actually had an experience with that experiment.
So
They
I
were
did see
touched.
that live, but for
They
the people
were
who did it, can you kind of give a rundown of what that actually is? I mean, I know what it is, but for the audience, can you tell them what that consists of?
okay. Okay, so you get four people, and you face them kind of in a box, facing each other. You get two people facing each other this way, and two people facing each other this way, and then you get one person and put them in the middle of those four people, and you relax them. You get them real relaxed. Have them kind of just close their eyes, and then first you kind of establish to them that they're gonna be okay. So whatever you feel, just do whatever you feel, but with your eyes closed. So I would even get on a move and to show them that the people were gonna be there to catch them. They're not gonna fall, stuff like that, just to set a base up with them to know that they're gonna be okay. But trust what you feel. So what you feel is what you do. So then I would be the person outside this. I wouldn't call it a circle, but square. Um,
Enclosure.
I would be the person outside and yeah, enclosure, asking the questions. So we would start a baseline. So first we would ask the permission of the spirits. Can we communicate with you? And give them a line to come in to communicate with us if they felt they were wanted to do so, or if they give us permission to do it. I always ask the spirits permission to do it because I never want to force a spirit to do anything. And usually when we're at these places, these spirits will, they will interact with us. They will do these things. So start a base. So what you do, the person in the middle, and you asked and you tell and let spirit know that I need to know what my response to a yes is. If the person falls forward, it's a yes. If they fall backwards, it's a yes. If they fall one side, it's a yes, or another side, it's a yes. And then after that, you ask the spirit again. I need to know what a no is. And they would always go the opposite. They would never go the same direction as the yes or the no. It'd always be a different direction. And then I even go a step further instead of a yes or no, and it's a maybe. Maybe or more information type deal. I will let the spirits know there's more information. Give me that one. And then I'll start asking my questions after we get a baseline, and I'll do it 2 or 3 times to make sure that we're getting the same results before we start actually a session. So then I would get a good question out there, what brought you here with us? Are you a male? Basic, simple, basic questions. The same stuff, the run-of-the-mill stuff. The run-of-the-mill that you hear from every investigator from here to there.
Right.
Just to basically get, because we're not getting into any complicated stuff with this. So it's just basically a yes or no questions and maybe a maybe. A little bit more information. And that's kind of where we go with it. Until you get pretty much all the answers that you're asking. And if you get all the answers that you feel satisfied the spirits are giving you, this part's the most important part, is to close that circle.
Right.
Close that circle. Have that person in the middle close it. And then, if they were affected or anything like that, you would close the circle, ask the spirits to close it, and leave and don't attach or anything like that. And immediately after that, the people involved in that circle that's in that circle, we would go get grounded. I would show them how to ground if they don't know how to ground, and ground them for their safety.
Sure.
Because we don't know if they're gonna if we closed it properly or not. I mean, there's no guarantee in that because, like I said, this field is still unknown. Period. Nobody knows facts yet.
Right.
So that's kind of the human pendulum. So that'd be another one of my favorites.
Well, I mean, it's interesting that you can take a human and make them basically the tool and the source, which, as we all know, we're energy. So, of course, that's what makes it, for lack of better terms, scientific.
Yes,
Like,
Howard. That's what it's. Yes, Howard. That's what it's called.
that's what we were talking about, Howard. Get yourself together, sir. What's that bathwater doing to you, man? Shoot. I can't. Jackie, you got any questions for Steven?
That's exactly what we're doing.
I've been talking the whole time.
Sound great.
I got some questions for Jackie.
Hey, what was the question for Jackie? What?
Oh, no.
I got some questions for Jackie.
Okay.
I got some good questions for Jackie.
So
You ready
what
for
made
this?
you do? Wait, no. So what made you do a network to see other people's evidence? Hey,
There
I'm
you
asking
go.
a question.
Hey,
No,
that's a legit
no,
question.
not at all.
Yes.
I mean,
I know.
I'm
I'm going to answer
interested
it. I'm going to answer it.
because, I mean, I like to do investigations because I want to capture something. I want to see what's out there. So, did you make a network to see other people's experience, to see more stuff that you couldn't see before? Right?
No,
No.
no. I mean, it
To
wasn't
share
like that.
their to
The
share
reason
their experience.
no, it's the the basis of the network and why it was created was paranormal teams, established paranormal teams, come together and work together, share
Yes.
evidence, um, use
Talk
their
about it.
evidence together and find answers. To find answers. But more importantly, it was to dissolve what was going on in the field at the time where people, at this time in the paranormal, it was like turf wars. It's like paranormal teams, it's like, hey, this is my area. You don't come over here and mess with my locations. And then this paranormal team over here would do the same thing. You don't mess with my locations. And it's like, at that time, that was the drama in the field. Something like the paranormal turf wars with the paranormal teams. So the network was created to bring those together. And then later on, it was called Para-Unity. Um, when we started the network, it was actually first called the Paranormal United Movement. And
Oh,
it was dubbed Para-Unity by somebody in Britain as a joke. And then after the word Para-Unity got around, everybody and their brother started using it for whatever events, whatever they do with the word. And then the word of para-unity kind of got distorted, so to speak. But the network was created really for that. And later on, the idea within the network was people in the field, newer people in the field, especially because we were kind of in the paranormal warehouse culture, uh, was these people got a voice. Let's give them a voice and let's give them a platform to share their stories, to be able to put their stories, to be able to have their show the way they want it. Not have, me. I've never in this network said you have to do a show a certain way. I let all you guys run the shows the way you want it because it's your content. I don't own it. I do not own your content. It's your content. I just give you a place to have it. I give you a place for support. I give you support, and I give you a support structure to carry on your voice. And that's it. Yes, some of the things you said, Jackie, is yes why it was created, but there was a bigger picture there, a way
that's
bigger
it.
picture.
Yeah. But thank
That-
you for letting us share our
I was gonna say,
podcast.
and that's why we love you.
Yep.
Well, Josh had a question. How do you think women have changed the paranormal field?
And staying on topic.
Well, I mean, because he was ignoring
I
some
don't
of the
think
comments.
I don't think women.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not reading the comments like you guys are. I don't think they changed the paranormal field. I think women have always been in the paranormal field because, like I said, my first team was women. We didn't think no different. I don't think any men have changed it either. What I'm saying is, I think women and men are equal. I think, and we work just as hard. I know I work just as hard with my passion as Chrissy works with her passion, and we work our passion together. So Chrissy's no better than me, and I'm no better than her. We're the same. Same with Jackie. We're the same.
My team,
If Chrissy's got a better idea than me,
you gonna listen?
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say if
Yeah,
I have a
I'm
better
listening.
idea, are you gonna listen? No, I was just. My team is 3 females and 1 male here in Indiana. So, I mean, it's yeah, female versus male in the field. They're really, you don't have that good old boys club in the paranormal field, in my opinion. I've never seen that. I've never had a male investigator tell me, Chrissy, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. I don't trust what you feel. I don't trust what you say. I don't trust how you investigate. You're just full of crap. I've never had that happen. Never. 99.9% of the time, the paranormal investigators that I run into, that I investigate with, or I may be at a Paracon with, are wonderful people that love each other equally. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. That's been my personal experience. Now, maybe some other people have had other experiences, but I have not. Jackie, what's your thought?
Okay.
Yeah,
I have
Chrissy, I'm
two.
with you. Oh,
And Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I
Or
was gonna tell Chrissy, I'm with you 100%. And as long as I've been in the field, I've never encountered. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've just never encountered it. And right here, I mean, this is my actual investigation team right here. And I mean, Chrissy, you know what the makeup is on my team. I'm the only male.
Right. Right. That's all my team
So
is. So I mean, what he's just asking because it used to be more male. I think it's valuable to have. Well, I mean, I guess maybe
and
that's just what you've seen, or maybe what you see more on television. Because my experience is there's just as many females as there are males, if not more females, honestly. Um, and I don't know
yeah, I was
why
gonna
that
say
is.
that.
I'm just saying that's just my experience. And I've been to a lot of different
I
paracons and events. So
I got something to say about that. Real quick, and then I'll let Jackie have it. But real quick, I got something to say about.
women.
All right, so women are more emotional and more in tune to what's around them than men are. So, and I'm like Chrissy, I see more women in the field than I do men. So I think
yeah,
women are more in tune and more inclined to be in this industry.
yeah.
Um, well, we have two males and no, three males and two women on our team, so it's mostly males. But the two males are the lead investigators.
Okay. But what is the so I know
That's
that
not fair.
Howard and
Gabe.
Gabe are the lead investigators. So but even setting that aside, so
Mhm.
if nobody had that title or label, how do you guys balance? I mean, it's you wouldn't say that the guys do more than the girls, right? It's
No,
probably equal team effort to investigate, whether no matter what your title is, right?
okay, so Howard's been an investigator before, and Gabe's been on another team before. But
Okay.
like me and Dana, we're new. So like we might go one might go with Howard or one might go with Gabe and we're learning from them. So they're really teaching us
So
and then they
experience
sit
level.
back. Yeah, yeah.
But I
And then
mean
we
that's a good thing.
and then we have another guy that came
Yeah.
on, Kieran. I can't even say his name. And he's new. So he follows, Howard or Gabe, and we learn from them, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah. So you
Then
still work together as a team and as a unit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing. And nobody ever makes you feel like second class citizen because you're new or a female, right?
No, no.
So that's a good thing.
We are good.
I don't know what Howard's gonna do with me when I get there though, because I'm not new.
I know what he is.
We'll break up. We'll
And
break
I'm not
up.
quiet.
I know what he's gonna
There'll
do.
be three. There'll be three. Like one going with Howard, one going with Gabe, and one going with you.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
And then we get together and wherever we find on our investigations, we give it
Yeah,
all to Gabe and Gabe puts it together. And you probably saw the videos if you go to Paranormal Swamp Investigations.
I
He
have.
has videos on it that says videos. And go look at him. Gabe made all those videos. So that's like everybody bringing their stuff together for him to find to put into one video.
So he's the
And we
tech
Yeah.
guy.
share what we did. Yeah.
He's the tech guy in the group.
Well, for that part, yeah. Like he likes doing vi- he likes doing video and the ghost box thing. I like taking
Yeah.
pictures. I take the pictures. Like I caught that one when Howard was in the cemetery, and you see the lady's face coming with lipstick. So I take the pictures. The other one, Dana, she's research. She goes and collects all the information and tells us about it, and she goes and does the Xbox and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Howard at the very end, we go and Howard's the one that goes and tries to talk to the spirit, you know, like we did at the last investigation. After we found everything, we went and told him everything. He said, okay. So he went up there and he's the one that was trying to pull out the spirit.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we all worked like a team. And
Sure.
that's the way it should be. Everybody should work together and bring all this stuff together and work like a team.
I agree. I completely agree.
We're like a family.
That's a good thing. Well, I mean, Howard is your husband, so technically he is family. You are Mrs. Petrie now.
Yeah.
But I
But
got a
what?
big but in all this.
Oh no.
But you guys are part of a bigger picture as well. All of you. We're in a big family
Yes.
of different teams. Like your team, our teams,
Yeah.
Yeah.
different teams. We're all in a bigger family, and we treat each other like family,
Yes,
or
we do.
stepsisters, or
I don't know how I feel about that.
but no,
No.
it's family. It's family. Like I said, it's not just Jackie's team. It's not just Howard's team and all that. It's all of us together. But like I said, I have my own investigation team, and just we work the same dynamic, kind of like what you're talking about, Jackie. Each person on my team has a job, a specific job they do. Especially when it comes to set up locations. When it comes to setting up a location, because we do a lot of, our team does a lot of traveling. We go to different buildings. We do buildings, a lot of structures. So there's a lot of running cables. There's lots of running equipment, and there's having a camera on this, camera on that, and each person knows what they're doing. And most of the people on my team are seasoned investigators. Now that doesn't mean I won't take anybody that new. I love taking people new and showing them the ropes, and then kind of graduating them along to where they can get into position of where I'm at. Not not to keep them down, but to get them where I'm at, if not better. And if I see them
Right.
shine, man, they're gonna do something, and I will help them start their own team.
Which is
That's
what
a
the
good
field should be
thing.
about. I mean,
So
it's a
that's
good thing. It's working together, helping one another, building one another, and coming together as a whole unit. Even though we're not on the same team, we are on a bigger team as a whole.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's say
So
if I bring my 4 or 5 people down to Louisiana, and I get with swamp investigations, like I say, I know they have their routine they'll do. We have our routine, but I know because we're all seasoned, or at least with the league guys, we're all seasoned enough to know that we can play off each other. In other
right,
words, I'm not going to come in there and run your investigation, and you're not going to run mine. We're going to play off each other and make it
better.
unity. It's going to be a unified event. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And I think that's
use
a
each
good
other's
thing. I think that's
experiences.
important. Huh? What did you say?
I said use each other's experiences together.
I got you. Okay. That's
Yeah,
a good thing. That's a
But
really
that's
good.
how we got
yeah,
to have
collaborative.
paranormal swamp investigations. We came from another team. We came from another team. So it was originally me, Howard, Gabe, and his son on the team. And then we just put in Facebook if anybody wanted to come join. It took us a little while, but then we got Dana. And then we when we go on
I'm
investigations,
really excited.
some people at the houses they'd be like, oh, can we come join? And we let them come on the team, but some of them didn't come to the investigation, so we had to let them go. So right now our team bases upon Howard, Gabe, Dana, and Karen, and his son Trey.
Nice. So
Why are we quiet?
we got 2 minutes left, Jackie.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
And right here it says 4:59.
Hey, what show comes on after y'all?
Oh no.
Hey,
Not a clue.
what show comes on after y'all?
Not a clue.
Who?
I don't know. Isn't that horrible?
No.
We're staff and we
You
don't
wanna come on?
show.
What? Look, there's Howard.
Oh, look, he's dressed. He's not naked.
He's not in the shower.
Hey, you
Not
want
in the
to
tub.
talk? You can come
But you
on.
know what? You know,
Push the
Howard tells his
tail.
story all the time, and
Yeah,
my
come
story is
tell
a
your
little bit
story.
different than his. So I'm in the hospital with Crystal, and Crystal gets a phone call on her phone, but Crystal's all got needles and shit in her arm, and a nurse is taking care of her, and it's Howard sitting in a tub.
Oh, wow. Should have been.
Oh, no.
Care to share?
Oh, you heard that? Who's
Yeah.
after us?
Yeah.
What?
Care to share?
Who's after us? Who's after us?
I was
hold on.
talking
Let me
to
get that.
Jason. I don't know who's after us.
Who's this?
Did you find it? He was looking for something.
Who was?
Is this for women only? No, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
Y'all talk.
Anybody can watch
hey,
the
boo.
podcast.
I mean, I'm not a woman.
You could be, Steven.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put Chad up there. Go away, Chad.
Oh my Lord. Chad, again.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to-
Rondo.
What?
I said
He put up there-
Rondo.
He put up there, Chrissy. Chrissy sounds upset. You wasn't naked.
He was earlier, Chad. You can see it.
I only put intelligent
wrong
questions
show.
up
Family
This
friendly,
must be
Chad.
nice show. This is Hey Boo, nice show. That's right. It was NC-17 in the chat room, but not on the show.
Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Show for women, misunderstood. Oh yeah, no, it's just it's normally 3 of us that are on here, 3 female hosts that do the show. We're all paranormal investigators. But our guest today is Stephen Woodard, who actually owns Paralinks Network. So we were talking to him about being an investigator and running a network and what the paranormal field means to him, and basically just a wide array of just the field in general. But anybody's welcome to come on. Anybody's welcome to be in the comments. Anybody's welcome to watch the shows. We welcome everybody. Nikki said, "Hey, boss."
Hey, Nikki. I guess. But yeah, I mean, usually my wife would actually be here instead of me, and so it would be an all-woman show. But yeah, I guess they decided they want to have me on here to punish me or something. But yeah.
Hey, I was not that rough on
But
you.
there's absolutely nobody. There's nobody coming on after you, so like at all. So we're good. As long as you want to roll this.
What? Been on Paralinks for years. Met so many wonderful people. Aw, thanks, Josh. We have a great audience and really good supporters.
Thank you, brother. And that's what that's our goal. That's our goal.
Absolutely.
And that's also why we have events every year, except this year. But that's why we have events every year. Also, we have the network itself puts on Fear Fest every year, and that man right there. We're actually next year. We're planning right now for next year.
New Orleans.
It's gonna be a big event. It's gonna be in New Orleans. New Orleans. Yep, sure enough. And Miss Listen Queen's gonna be a big part of that. She's gonna plan the
I
hell
am.
out of it.
I am. I should be already down there and living there. And now I am not doing some of the things you suggested on the other show, which we're not going to talk about, but I will be a big part of that. I'm just saying.
We were just talking. We were talking about sponsors. Your sponsorship. We were talking about Chrissy's sponsorship.
Yeah. I was just searching for some people with my problem that I have since I'm a little kid. I have a lot of sleep paralysis and I see shadows and sometimes a ghost.
True. I gotta say that. That's true.
Ward, where are you at? Where are you located? I mean, you don't have to give me an address down to the street. I mean, just what state, what city?
Belgium
So, he's from Belgium.
and
Ooh,
another
do we have
country.
anybody in Belgium?
Wow.
Yeah, we've got
Uh,
people international.
we do have international, but I don't know about
A
Belgium.
lot of. Yeah, I don't think we have anybody in Belgium. I did have somebody in, or at least I had a guy that I could contact for problems and stuff like that. That was in, um, Austria. I have a guy that's part of us in Austria, and of course we got the other guy in Malta, but that's a long ways away from Belgium. Malta's up on the Italian coast, and yeah, we got Australians in here too. But I tell you, have you talked to anybody about this? Have you opened up to anybody in the metaphysical world or paranormal world about your issue?
Howard's hollering at you, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
He's on there. Lean down so he can see you.
Is that loud?
Hey, was that your butt? He ain't wearing no pants,
Butt?
Howard.
What? Listen, Howard's dressed.
Oh, hey, there you go. Irene Takora, she's out of Japan, and she says she may have someone near you. So like I said, that's how far our network reaches. We can actually probably get you with Miss Irene Takora, and she could probably get you help with what you got going on.
Definitely.
What do you think about that, Chrissy?
I think that that's a good idea. Irene, reach out to him, message him, and see what you can help him with. And if you need our help with the logistics, let us know.
Exactly.
So, Ward, honestly,
Yeah,
sometimes,
please
and I'm
talk
not
to
saying
therapists.
that therapists aren't a good thing, and parents. I mean, therapists and parents mean well, but I mean, sometimes they may not see or understand where you're coming from. So maybe we can help in a way that we can be more understanding and assist in removing that if that's what you want done. Just
Or
saying.
just help and give him peace of mind.
Correct.
And there's Irene. Yeah, get with her, and she's definitely offering a hand out to you, and she can help you.
Irene's good people.
He's
We
just
can't
Hi,
hear you,
Jennifer.
Howard. Hi, Jennifer. We saw you come on earlier, love. We appreciate your support. I've caught a couple of your lives recently.
Absolutely.
you got another one that might be able to help.
Yep, Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki. Yep. And she's another girl. She's from Australia. So
Yep.
yeah. Or I mean, we got an international base. Like I said, we may not on this show personally know people, but we know people that know people. So there you
Right.
go. And these people that are telling you that they can help, we can vouch for them. We know these people.
Right.
We know these people. So yes, Nikki and Irene Takor definitely get with them, and they can at least, like I said, get you a peace of mind.
Hold, did you find that?
5 minutes.
Hold that thought.
And
I
one
gotta go off
night,
camera. Jackie,
I do
take
not
over.
sleep anymore. All right, Ward. Yeah, I see you had a kid and it's older and it's progressed and stayed with you. Yeah, I would say, and especially since you have sleep issues, I would say you. I mean, like you said you talked to a therapist, and you did the first step because any viable paranormal team in their right mind would check the mental status of that first, and kind of see where you are and see where you actually would need help at instead of just jumping and saying it's this or that or another. So yeah, I mean that you took the first step, and like I said, any good paranormal team would have you make that step anyway. So you've already there. So now these people they're talking about they can help you now. Get with them, and that they can try to get you the rest of the way through your journey. And Chrissy's
Definitely.
back.
Chrissy's what?
I said you're back.
Yeah, I had to grab something for Jason.
And why do you?
Stop it,
I
Steven.
just can't.
Stop it.
I can't.
We can't. No.
I just
Family friendly.
Well, here's a good one that can help.
can't. Then never, if you're just family friendly, never, ever, ever bring up Jason's name and grabbing something. Just say it.
I won't even tell you where it came from. Oh, topic for another time.
Yeah, don't do that while I'm drinking, please.
That's who you want. That's who he needs to help. Jennifer, always available virtually to help if I can.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Another amazing psychic
Yep.
medium who really knows her
Definitely.
stuff.
Yep. And definitely each one of us can vouch for her. Sometimes I think there's something wrong with me. It's so damn crazy. My neck tries to break. Yeah, man. Get help. You got people
Yeah,
reaching out to you. Get help. I mean, that steps up to you now, brother.
You want to go to this one too, especially this one. She will
yeah,
help.
yep. You can reach out to any of them. They will
Any.
all help
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, and any of us can help too. I mean, we'll add our resources as we can, logistics and so on. But yeah, just get with those people that are offering you for help, and they'll get you in the right direction there, brother.
For sure. For sure. So then, does Ghost Tech have an actual website, Stephen? I'm curious, or is it just
We
Facebook?
used to, but I can't. We used to, but I can't afford it no more. Just like, uh, so we got rid of the website. I just didn't have the means to take care of it, IT wise and all that.
Yeah.
Plus, by running Paralinks and Pun TV, so all my resources pretty much went into Paralinks and Pun TV.
Sure.
So I've kind of put Ghost Tech kind of back in the corner a little bit. But when we go out and do our investigations, or when we go do events, we go as Ghost Tech, and then we also represent Paralinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to have a website. We don't anymore. But we do have two Facebook. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group for Ghost Tech, and it's under Paralinks.
Right.
And who's in your group? Is just you and Crystal?
No. In Ghost Tech right now, it's myself, Crystal. My daughter joins periodically, and I'll let her come or she comes along on certain things. You have Meg Waka out of Illinois. You have Melanie Richardson. She's out of Texas, and dependent depending on where we go, depending on who goes with us. So if we go somewhere like towards Texas, we'll pick up Milani and we'll be her. If we go up somewhere in the Northeast, we'll probably pick up Meg, which Meg hasn't really been out with us yet. But what Meg is, instead of a field team, she is our historian and our researcher. So she'll actually do a ton of research and get a packet for me and Crystal, and we will go through that packet that Meg sets up, no matter where it's at. If it's, Las Vegas, Florida, wherever the case may come up at, for Ghost Tech. So that's who is who's currently on the team now. I mean, we've had past members. We've had up to 8 or 9 people on the team before, but after the years, we like to keep it small. We like to keep it family and just keep it small, and that's kind of who we've ended up with throughout the years.
Yeah, I think I like it better small. Like keep it like a family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that and contamination. You don't get a whole lot of contamination when 50 people running in different directions. And
Right.
you can have certain people do certain things, certain areas. Or, or got the walkie. If it's a smaller team, you can manage the location a little better depending on how big the location is. But there's nothing wrong with big teams either. I mean, if you go to Waverly Hills, it may take 3 teams just to tackle one floor, but or Baker Hotel. I mean, that's a 23-story building in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, it depends. Sometimes bigger teams are good, and sometimes smaller teams are good.
Yeah. I can't with this man. Okay. So,
Oh, wow.
Jason,
What is he doing?
you don't want to know.
Oh, jeez.
Is he doing what I think he's doing? Is he not being shy?
He's never shy.
See, I
Steven.
knew it would go to this.
Never.
I'm not either. Here, you want to see this?
No.
I have no filters.
Yes.
Oh
What
goodness.
is he doing you, Chrissy?
What?
What is Jason doing you?
Never mind.
What's up, Goat? I'm glad to see you here, there, buddy Jeff. It's the Goat. He's a loyal follower of the network.
Chad, I did not wander off the family thing. I absolutely did not. All I said was I can't. That's all I said. That's it.
I can't with this man.
Oh,
you didn't
goodness.
have to put the man part in there.
Well, I mean, he's the only person in the room. So, Jason.
Oh my God! I could hear them a mile away.
saw
Did
that.
he really do that?
Now he's dying laughing. I can't. Listen.
Hey, apparently you're being summoned.
I think so. Jackie's dying.
I heard that. Did he burp or did the other end? That was loud.
Other end.
Yeah.
Lord,
The other end.
do you need a gas mask or
He
something?
Yes, I do.
he was,
I have to literally threaten to kick him out of the room
Jack.
sometimes.
Where did you feed him?
hey, y'all leave that man alone. Y'all leave him alone. All he was doing is cleaning the hallway out.
Oh Lord. Oh goodness.
Wow, that was loud. Jason.
Look at Howard. He's just shaking his head. Yes, Jason.
Howard's asking, does he need to come investigate? He is an aquatic demonologist. toilet
Does
turds.
he need to come to investigate,
He
Jason?
deals with the toilet devils.
Oh Lord. He might need to. I'm just saying.
How how Howard heard shit. He raised an eyebrow.
Oh goodness gracious. I can't. Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you, Jackie?
No, not really.
Well, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
That was just
Well,
guys.
look at Dakota in the background. Hi, Dakota.
Hi, say hi.
Well, thanks
Yeah, you're
everybody.
messing with these crazy people.
Thanks everybody for joining us on Hey Boo. Thanks Stephen for being our guest today and enlightening us with his experiences in the field. And as always, be blessed and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. See you next week. Thank you, Stephen.
Uh,